Ward. Clancy Ward in 26, and alongside from Richwood, Ohio, Terry Gibson in 0. One of the famous Gibson family racing members. Second row in car number 7, the driver is Troy Vaccaro, who won the $1,000 to win feature event back in June here at the Speedway. Outside of him, it's Jeff Gibson in car number 3, I believe that is. Then on the tail, Bob Sears in number S. Bob Sears in S. 5 cars. They'll race for 8 laps. Clancy Ward down the backstretch, your leader. Second, now Troy Vaccaro in car number 7. Ward holds on to that lead. This guy is no spring chicken. He's probably 50 or so years old. He is your leader, Clancy Ward. Now Vaccaro outbraves him into turn 1, but no, Ward will have none of it. He leads. Vaccaro likes to run on that dirt more than he does the pavement. Again, off the track off of turn 2. Now Vaccaro stalks him again. This time it's Ward into the dirt. Vaccaro to the outside of Clancy. Ward takes over. And Ward spins. He keeps it on. Your new leader is Troy Vaccaro. Second now in car 0. That's Terry Gibson. Jeff Gibson is third. Running fourth now is Clancy Ward. Bob Sears in S. It runs fifth. Vaccaro with a miss on a car. The engine in that green number 7, not up to full song, but he still leads this heat race. White flag for Troy Vaccaro. The Gibson brothers run second and third. And your winner, Troy Vaccaro in car number 7. Second will be close. It'll be Terry Gibson second. Third goes to Jeff Gibson. Fourth, Clancy Ward. And fifth, Bob Sears. So Clancy Ward gave a spirited duel to Troy Vaccaro, but the youngster got the better of the elder set and takes home the heat race victory here, the first 8-lap heat race for the Wing Sprint cars. The fast qualifier tonight was Clay Kime. He went 12:80, I believe, something like that. Get the cars lined up. Be underway in just a couple of moments with tonight's second sprint car heat race. On the pole in car number 312 from Fremont, Ohio, the driver is Mike Linder. Linder in 312. Alongside his cousin, a guy who won the first sprint car race, the first sprint car feature this season, that is Matt Linder in car 1X. Matt Linder. The second row, car number 2, it's Brian Neeb from Elmore, Ohio, and beside him in 37, the current track record holder, Brian Scott. And on the tail in car 22, the driver is Clay Kime. Kime had fast time here this evening. 8 laps to go. Mike Linder, the leader. Matt Linder is second. Clay Kime almost into Brian Scott. Linder now pulls away from his cousin Matt. We noticed Mike Linder's car had a big time push in it. The car didn't want to turn in qualifying. But now Mike Linder has definitely got that car dialed in. Matt Linder running second. Brian Neve third. Brian Scott is fourth. Halfway this time for Mike Linder. It's Mike Linder in car 312, way out front. You see the blue smoke coming off that tire. About a sixth of a mile remains. Linder continues to punish that right rear tire. Look at the smoke. He's your winner, Mike Linder. Matt Linder second, Brian Neve third. Brian Scott and Clay Kime round out the field. Let's hear it for all of the Wing Sprint cars here tonight. Mike Linder, the winner. Starting first in car number 5 from Columbus, Ohio, it is Bob Gruball. Gruball in 5. Outside of him in 36. The pilot is Bobby Allensworth. In row 2, car 23, that's John Matthews. And beside Matthews in 76, Buddy Townsend. And the second row, car 35, third row, car 35, is Dave Ritchie Jr. Then comes 73, Randy Sword, and 25, Jimmy Kidd. 7 cars, 8 racing laps for the Limited Sportsman first heat race. As always, tonight's action being videotaped, Limited Sportsman heat race. Gruball in car number 5. Second is John Matthews. Running third, Dave Ritchie Jr. Fourth is Buddy Townsend. Gruball continues to lead. Now Dave Ritchie Jr. tries to sneak underneath John Matthews. Matthews, meantime, wants to challenge for the lead. They're halfway home. Gruball struggles to maintain control. Now it's Matthews out of shape. He slips to fourth. Dave Ritchie Jr. is now to the outside of your leader. They'll race through turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. It's Gruball on the inside, Dave Ritchie Jr. on the outside. Now Ritchie with the advantage. Here also comes Bobby Allensworth. Your winner will be Dave Ritchie Jr. finishes second. Third is Bobby Allensworth. And unofficially, I think fourth is Buddy Townsend. Yep, Buddy Townsend was fourth. So the third heat race victory of 1994 for Dave Ritchie Jr., a rookie driver in the Limited Sportsman division. Ritchie's car is sponsored by Wind Limited Sportsman Heat Race. Starting first in car number 66, the driver is Paul Baker Jr., Baker in 66. Beside him, a brand new paint job on this car, car 29. From Columbus, it's Bobby Justice. In the second row, car number 0, Donnie Zero Hill, the budget car sales Lumina. And flanking him in 01, it's Jerry Buck. Then comes 20, Mike Brown. 13, Jerry Jones. And on the tail, car number 2, Don Gregory Jr. So 7 cars, 8 laps await the Limited Sportsman in their second heat race. Winner stand number 10 was drawn on the inversion pill, which means that the 10th fastest car will start on the pole, and the fast qualifier in the 10th position. 10 drawn on the inversion. Some lucky fan will drive home in that go-kart. It is street legal. Not. 1 lap will be underway. Baker and Justice on the front row. Row 2 consists of Zero Hill, Jerry Buck. The third row, that's Mike Brown and Jerry Jones. And rounding out the field, your fast qualifier tonight again, Don Gregory Jr. in the Limited Sportsman division. 8 laps to go. To speed. 8 laps to go. Paul Baker Jr. in 66. He's squirrely in turn 2. Zero Hill looks to the inside, but he can't pull off the pass. Your winner is your leader is Bobby Justice. Justice is out front. Baker now runs second, but Zero Hill is trying to change that. Bobby Justice leads Zero Hill. Jerry Buck, Paul Baker, Mike Brown, Jerry Jones. Now Buck secures that third running position. Justice will see the cross flags from starter Jim Paul this time. He'll know he's halfway through this 8-lap event. Justice with about 10 car length advantage over Zero Hill. Justice with 2 heat race victories to his credit this season. Looking for his third. The white flag waved in his face this time. Mike Brown is up to third, and he's challenging Zero Hill for the runner-up spot. And your winner, Bobby Justice. Zero Hill is second, third Mike Brown, Jerry Buck is fourth, and your fifth place finisher, Paul Baker Jr. So again, Justice with his third heat race triumph of the 1994 racing campaign. Justice lists such sponsors as the Ohio Bank Auction, Allie's Machine Shop, Larry's Trucking, NAPA Paint and Auto Body, Doug's Garage, Cantley's Race Parts, and Sports and Spuds Lounge. Quickly, the lineup. In car 39 on the pole tonight. The fast qualifier last week, fourth fast tonight from Columbus. Fifth in the point standings, Randy Maynard Jr. Outside of row number one, former track champion here at the Speedway. Car number one, the Humphreys Engine Service, Larry Heiser Enterprises. Entry of Terry Humphrey. Your current point leader starts out or inside of row number two. He won last Saturday night in the 100 lap John Knuckles Memorial. It's Mike Ward. And alongside your fast qualifier this evening, 14:11 in car 71, Gary St. Amant. 4 laps, 4 cars, your fast forward edge. Randy Maynard Jr. slips ahead down the backstretch. He slips up high in turn 4. Now it's Ward and Humphrey all over the rear deck lid of the car 39 down the backstretch. Gary St. Amant runs fourth. Now Ward is sideways. He spins in turn 4. The caution is on the Speedway. Three laps remain. St. Amant wants to see how that outside groove's going to act in the feature. He'll try to work outside of Terry Humphrey. And not too good, apparently. St. Amant. Now it's St. Amant, so trouble with the cool temp. The lead halfway this time. Terry Humphrey in pursuit, as is Mike Ward. The white flag this time for Randy Maynard Jr. Maynard looking for his first Trophy Dash victory of the 1994 racing season. And he'll do it, Randy Maynard Jr. Humphrey is second, third Mike Ward, and fourth goes to Gary St. Amant. All right, we've got another winner at the Tire America tent. The folks down there would like to see Kim Skinner. Kim Skinner, you've won a Tire America custom embroidered hat. Kim Skinner, please report to the Tire America tent down near the main gate. Next Saturday night, $3,400 if that gentleman chooses to start 4 spots behind the inversion and would happen to win the feature event. $3,400, the amount of money for the Winston Challenge next Saturday night. All right, here's the lineup for the first late model heat race. On the pole in car 41 from Cincinnati, Ohio, John Sedlacek. Alongside in 63 out of Sydney, it's John Hellman. Then in row 2, car number 6, the pilot Jerry Mitchell. And beside him in 94, the big bird Robbie Dean. In the third row, car number 2, a new grandfather, car 2, Bobby Cook. And outside 26, Bill Cantley. Then rounding out the field, 28, Gary Brenner. And 86, Skip Thornton. 10 laps, the first late model heat race. That's John Hellman, your leader down the backstretch. Robbie Dean now runs second. I was a little concerned about that second groove in a trophy dash, but it doesn't seem to be working too bad right now. Mitchell looking for a way around the big bird. Hellman continues to lead. Now Mitchell, to the inside. Can't make the pass stick. It's still Hellman, Robbie Dean, Jerry Mitchell. John Sedlacek is fourth. Mitchell to the outside of Robbie Dean. The Charlie's House of Meats Camaro is on the move. The second groove, he's upstairs on Dean. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Now Mitchell takes John Hellman to task. And Mitchell will lead in turns 3 and 4. Jerry Mitchell begins to stretch it out over John Hellman. Robbie Dean runs third, still Sedlacek is fourth. Now Mitchell drops off the pace on the backstretch. Mitchell is out. Slowing in turns 3 and 4. Again, Hellman the leader. And it will be close, but it's going to be John Hellman from Sydney, Ohio. Second goes to Robbie Dean. Third, John Sedlacek. And fourth, Bobby Bocook. We're not sure what happened with Jerry Mitchell's car. That thing lost power off the second turn. And it doesn't appear like he's got anything like it's refiring down there in the infield. So he'll get a push back to the pit area. Hopefully they can get that car put back together in working order for the feature event. So I talked about it earlier. On the pole of this heat event, car number 99 from Columbus, the former street stock track champion at the Speedway, Jim Cruz in 99. Another former street stock track champion outside of that row in car number 77, that is Danny Brown. Then the second row in car 7, the driver is Danny Eves alongside Joe DeFelice in 44. Then comes 92, Donnie Renner, and 91, the driver is Scott Drake. Next we've got Lonnie Rush in 83, car number 5, Mike Stacy, and car 10, George Fisher. So 10 laps for this the second late model heat race.
Trying to hang on the outside of Jim Cruz, two former street stock track champions going at it. Now Brown slips back to second. Danny Eves trying to make it third. In fourth spot is Donnie Renner. It's Jim Cruz, Danny Eves, Danny Brown, and Donnie Renner. Fifth is Joe DeFelice. Out front. He'll get the halfway signal this time. Now Danny Brown off the pace in car 77. Cruz continues to hold the point. Donnie Renner sideways in turn two. He recovers. He'll continue in third spot. The sideways Renner could not recover. He spins in the fourth turn, bringing out the caution flag. Three laps to go. Turn one. Cruz now back to second spot. White flag for Danny Eves. And it did not sound good as Joe DeFelice headed into turn one. The telltale streak of oil down there you see. Joe DeFelice apparently with some sort of engine failure or rear end failure on his car number 44. You see the streak of oil at the bottom of turn number one. 2 laps remain. A white flag this time. 1 lap to go. Now Eves looks to the inside of Cruz off turn 2. They touch. It should be close, but it's going to be Jim Cruz. Finishing second is Danny Eves. Donnie Renner comes home third, and Lonnie Rush Sr. is fourth. So again, we always revert back to the previous completed green flag lap. That's what we did. And at that time, before that, when that feature or when that heat race was restarted, that's why you saw Cruz back up front. So Cruz with his first heat race victory of 1994. Starting first in car 70, it's your defending track champion in this division from Columbus, Don Heavy Hill. Hill in car 70. Alongside in car 43, young man who is currently 7th in the track point standings, Mike Schweier. In the second row, inside your second fast qualifier this evening, he is this week 2nd in the point standings, Steve Tuttle. And alongside of him, your current track record holder, current point leader, 5-time feature winner this season, Donald Parsons in car 22. Fast qualifier tonight, 4 cars, 4 laps for the street stocks. The top spot. Mike Schweier continues to ply his trade on the outside, trying to work that top groove. Tuttle and Parsons are in hot pursuit of their leaders. Halfway, 2 laps are down. A white flag this time for Don Heavy Hill. Hill with 2 previous Trophy Dash victories, looking for number 3. Schweier hard on the outside. And now Tuttle to the inside, but it'll be Don Hill Sr. Heavy the winner. 2nd goes to Mike Schweier. 3rd, Steve Tuttle. And 4th place, Donald Parsons. Laps await the competitors in this, the first heat race. The lineup goes like this. Russ Harper will start first in car number 10. Alongside in 33 on the front row, that's Leonard Jarvis. The second row in car 94, the man behind the controls is Chris Lucas. Beside him, 49, that's Bobby Adkins. Then comes 50, Don Gillum. And 83, Bobby Stacy. 11 is Rick Rodewalt. 41, Jim New. And 8, a driver change in the heat race. Car number 8 is Bubba Parsons in 8. Then Don Holland in 79. Now Don Holland will assume his position in the lineup. Okay, we'll be underway the next 8 laps. Bobby Adkins losing ground in turn 2. He's up against, just brushes the wall in the backstretch. In 49, he slipped back several spots. Leonard Jarvis is the leader. Chris Lucas in car 94 runs 2nd. That's Don Gillum, your 3rd place car, the car number 50, copper colored car.
Now Gillum is on the move. He's got the hammer down the backstretch. And Gillum will lead this the second lap. Leonard Jarvis tries to fend off Bobby Stacy for the runner-up spot. Oh, and we got, oh my goodness, Chris Lucas in car 94. He's off the racetrack down there in turn number 2. Lucas back out on the speedway now. Your leader is still Don Gillum in car 50. Second is Bobby Stacy, but he's closing fast on Gillum. Lap traffic comes into play for Don Gillum in car 50. The lap car of Chris Lucas. Now Gillum will go to the inside of Lucas on the front stretch. But he can't make the pass stick. It's Bobby Stacy breathing down his tailpipe. Jim New runs third. Now Gillum gets underneath the lap car of Chris Lucas. 6 laps in the record books. Bobby Stacy runs second. Jim New third. Rick Rodewald holds on in 4th position. Gillum looking for his first ever heat race win here at the Speedway. We see Russ Harper. He's off the track on the backstretch. White flag for Don Gillum. The Lancaster, Ohio driver holds on to that top spot. Stacy looks to the inside, but it'll be Don Gillum, your winner. Second is Bobby Stacy. Third, Jim New. Fourth is Rick Rodewald. So how about a big everybody up his first ever heat race win, Don Gillum in car number 50. Let's hear it for Big Don. Don thinks his whole fan club's up here in the grandstands. Okay, even better, when he comes back around, he's going to be looking this time. So I want everybody, when Don Gillum gets back around here, everybody on their feet and wave a handkerchief or boo or something. Everybody do something. Yeah, that's it. We'll all boo at him when he comes back around. Not yet. I'll tell you when we get back around to turn 4. Okay, quickly the lineup. Now, it looks like we've got problems over there on the backstretch. Let's see, we're going to stay yellow here. Apparently Rick Lawwell was going to start on the outside front row, but apparently difficulty on that car. All right, here we go. Now we'll line up on the pole, 66. That's Mad Mako Bob Miller, 66. Outside, and whoever pulls up there. Outside. 34, Gary Lamer is outside the front row. Then comes Chris Dodds in the 92. Tom Bond in 52. 47, Randy Tharp. 93 is Jamie Hunt. 77, Kevin Lococo. 81, Rick Lawwell. And 26, Scott Stevens. This looks like a start of the Indianapolis 5. Lawwell calls it a night, or at least an event in 81. He's off the track in the infield. Bob Miller, the leader, through turns 1 and 2. Miller looking for that cushion up there in turn 4. And Chris Dodds takes over. They're going to go 3 abreast in turns 1 and 2. Things could get interesting. Randy Tharp comes out running second. Dodds still your leader. Lococo all the way from the tail now runs third. Jamie Hunt up to fourth spot. 3 laps complete this time. Now Randy Tharp looks to the inside of Dodds on the backstretch. Lococo trying to give him a little help. Halfway. Again, Lococo trying to put his Camaro imprint on the back deck lid of Randy Tharp. And now Lococo spins in turn 4. Looks like a Joey Chitwood thrill show down there. Synchronized spinning in turn 4. Tom Bond looking for he's trying to get that car refired up. But we're going to have a red flag as Tom Bond is cannot find the starter button in car 52. Now he's got it rolling again. Randy Tharp, your leader. Chris Dodds is second. Mad Mako Bob Miller is getting a bump job from Jamie Hunt, but we're ready to go. And now we got car 26. Scott Stevens, he's on the move on the outside before the green flag came out. Now Stevens falls back. Miller is out. Jamie Hunt up to second spot. They'll get be looking at the white flag this time. Hunt trying to close in on Randy Tharp. Tharp, the winningest preliminary driver of the season. He'll get another one tonight. His 7th heat race victory of 1994, Randy Tharp. Jamie Hunt comes across in the second position. Third goes to Kevin Lococo. Fourth was Scott Stevens. And fifth, unofficially, I think that should have been Gary Lamer, was in fifth spot. Cindy Knuckles to the Speedway office, please. So again, Randy Parsons. Big Daddy Don Parsons starts first. Outside, the birthday boy, 36 years of age tonight. Yeah, right. 88, Bruce Holmes. Second row, Sean Gray in 91. Flanking him in 15, that's Norm Ackerman. Then in row 3, that consists of Tom Idle in 35 and 36, Jimmy Romans. In comes Bo Davis in 18, 27, Dave Dysinger, 5, Daryl Dexter, and car number 4, Phil Gussler. 8 laps for the street stock, third heat race. Parsons, the birthday boy, is in hot pursuit. Bruce Holmes. Sean Gray runs third. Now we're trying to go 3 abreast through turns 1 and 2. See Daryl Dexter, he's off the track in car number 5. Now a little bumper tag in the back of the pack. Dave Dysinger and Jimmy Romans getting the worst of that situation. Bruce Holmes begins to drift a little bit back from Don Parsons, your leader. About 5 car lengths separate them on the front stretch. That's Tom Idle in third. Now Bruce Holmes trying to move underneath Idle for the third position. 5 counters in the record books this time. Now it's Phil Gussler pulling into the infield. Parsons continues to lead the parade. No white flag will appear this time for Don Parsons. Parsons with 3 heat wins to date. In the 1994 racing campaign, we see Bo Davis trying to move on Tom Idle, but your winner is going to be Don Parsons. Second goes to Bruce Holmes. Third, Tom Idle. Bo Davis is fourth, and Norm Ackerman, your 5th place finisher. And 312, Mike Linder. Well, now we've got them out of order. Apparently Mike Linder will start outside of row number 2. Mike Linder starts 4th. Matt Linder in the 1X car starts inside of the 3rd row. Outside of row 3, car 2, Brian Neeb. Then we've got car 37, Brian Scott. 22 is Clay Kime. Bob Sears is in car S. And Clancy Ward in 26. 25 laps, the Wing Sprint Car feature event. Laps. Terry Gibson, Troy Vaccaro, the front row. Vaccaro leads on the backstretch. Terry Gibson is second. Mike Linder third. Now Mike Linder supplants Terry Gibson from that second spot. Linder will go after Vaccaro on the front stretch. Brian Neeb is up to 3rd position. Terry Gibson now runs 4th. Trying to reel in your leader. Brian Neeb is 3rd. Matt Linder runs 4th. Mike Linder is closing on Vaccaro. That's Brian Neeb in car number 2, 3rd place. 4th is Matt Linder. 5th is Clay Kime. 7 laps are down. 7 complete. Lap traffic for Vaccaro. winners on the front stretch. Vaccaro, Mike Linder, Brian Neave third. Matt Linder fourth. Clay Kime is fifth. Traffic ahead for Vaccaro. 11 laps now down. Linder to the inside, but he can't make the pass. They'll go to the outside of Clan Ward in turn 4. Halfway. Again, Linder up to challenge Troy Vaccaro. The race for the lead on the front stretch. Nine laps to go this time. Brian Neave on the front stretch, he's third. Fourth is Matt Linder in 1X. Fifth is car 22. Again, lap traffic will come into play for Vaccaro. 5 laps to go this time. 5 laps, the race for the lead on the front stretch. They move around Bob Sears. Next in line, in lap traffic, Clancy Ward. The race for third heats up. Brian Neave and Matt Linder go at it on the front stretch. 3 laps to go this time. Now it's the Gibson brothers in front of your leader, Troy Vaccaro. Linder almost hits the wall on the backstretch, but he keeps it going. Vaccaro in car 7 gets a white flag. And a winner, Troy Vaccaro. Mike Linder is second in 312. Brian Neave finishes fourth. Matt Linder fifth and Clay Kime sixth. I think I misspoke. Vaccaro the winner, of course. Mike Linder second. Third was Brian Neave. Fourth, Matt Linder. And fifth, Clay Kime. Let's hear it for all of the Wing Sprint cars. A great race this evening. So, Troy Vaccaro makes it 2 in a row. He won the $1,000 to win Spring Nationals earlier this year. And tonight, he comes home with the feature win in the Econo Sprint Wing Sprint Car feature race.
Jeff, it takes these guys a little bit longer to get out than the late models because they got a little more holding them in there with all the straps and shoulder harnesses, wrist straps, and restraints that they wear. But Troy gets all the fire gloves and gets all that off first. the collar coming off, and as he does, we'll talk to him here in just a moment. These little things are amazing out here, and I'll tell you what, the speed that they go at, the show they put on, and just like last time when Troy was here, it was not easy. Mr. Linder gave some challenge. The helmet's off, the balaclava is off to protect for fire in the face, and Troy, if I remember right, last time we got to meet here and talk a little bit too.
Yeah, tonight, we went pretty good tonight, but we didn't qualify very well. And I'd rather start in the back and won, but I guess you got to take it when you can get it. But we were pretty quick in the feature. The motor wasn't quite right, but we'll take it.
We got to ask you, Clay Kime said the track changes when it gets cool, and he loosened his up. From watching him, it looked like he loosened it up a little too much, but did you guys re-guess the setup, or did you stay with what you had?
I tightened it up just a little bit before the feature and pulled a little bit of stagger out of it. Just about right.
I was talking to a couple older Linders back in the pit area and stuff a little earlier tonight, but today at Indy, a guy named Gordon who used to drive sprint cars kind of got on the asphalt and did pretty good too. Got any big ambitions someday to maybe follow in those kind of footsteps?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to do it for a living, and I envy Jeff. He's doing pretty well right now for himself, and he's a good racer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again from Sandusky, Ohio, your sprint car winner, Troy Vaccaro.
Of racing action awaits these young men in the limited sportsman feature event. On the pole in car 76 from Columbus, Ohio, it's Buddy Townsend. Alongside the driver of car 35 tonight, Dave Ritchie Jr. Row number 2 in car 66, Paul Baker Jr. And beside him, a former track champion here at the Speedway, the red, white, and black 73 of Randy Sward. On the inside of row number 3, brand new paint scheme for this guy, car 29. It's Bobby Justice, and beside him in 0, Donnie Zero Hill. Then comes 01 of Jerry Buck and 20, Mike Brown. Next, Jerry Jones will start in the inside of that row. The next row, the 5th row in car number 13. Alongside of him, your fast qualifier tonight, Don Gregory Jr. John Matthews is next in car 23, and beside him 36, Bobby Allensworth. Then comes 5, Bob Gruball. 25 is Jimmy Kidd, and 86, Mike Holland. So that's the lineup for tonight's 30 lap NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman feature. Oldsmobile pace car off the track on the backstretch. It's Tire America, Budweiser night at the races. We're ready to do battle. 30 laps. The leader is Buddy Townsend. Paul Baker Jr. runs in second spot. Third now is Bobby Justice.
got Dave Ritchie Jr. into the turn 1 wall. Zero Hill and Bobby Justice go at it for third spot. Justice now goes to the outside of Paul Baker Jr. Justice with a slip in turns 3 and 4. Now it's Zero Hill on the move. Hill goes to the outside and passes Baker for the runner-up spot. Buddy Townsend still your leader. Zero Hill is on a mission. He makes quick work of Buddy Townsend. Now Townsend will have to deal with Mike Brown. Mike Brown next to try to move around Townsend. Running fourth is still Paul Baker Jr. See, Bob Gruball is out of the event in car number 5. He pulls into the infield. Now Paul Baker Jr. into the infield also. Baker in car 66 is out. Mike Brown begins to try to reel in Zero Hill. Buddy Townsend third. That's Randy Swart in fourth spot. We see Jimmy Kidd making his way from the tail of the event. Kidd is up to 6th spot. He'll go to the outside of Bob Justice. Justice and Kidd with contact off the 4th turn. Justice lost the handle on that car. He slid up into Jimmy Kidd. Kidd lost 2 spots. He's back racing now. Your leader is still Zero Hill. Townsend runs third. Randy Swart fourth. Now up to 5th is your fast qualifier, Donnie Gregory. Don Gregory Jr. runs 5th. Now, and Zero Hill is off the pace. Hill lost power on the front stretch. He looks like he's back up to full song now. Mike Brown right on his back bumper. We're not sure what it was, but Zero Hill lost power off the 4th turn a couple laps ago. Brown tried to get around and Hill took back off. Don Gregory Jr. continues to work that second groove. Halfway this time. And now Gregory runs third. If you're Zero Hill, you got to be hoping that nothing else happens like happened 5 laps ago. Jimmy Kidd runs 5th in car 25. He's your current point leader. Last time he went to the outside of Bobby Justice, those 2 cars got together, and Kidd got the worst of it. Jimmy Kidd operating a little more cautiously with Justice this time. Kidd, of
course, wants to do the best he can, but he also wants to finish. He does not want to make this a DNF with his current point lead in pursuit of the track championship. Ten laps to go. There'll be 9 laps this time past. Jerry Buck is now up to 6th spot in car 01. Bobby Allensworth runs 7th. Don Gregory Jr. trying to reel in those leaders a long way up there. Stabilized for Zero Hill, about 3 car lengths down the front stretch. Brown is 2nd, Gregory 3rd, Justice 4th, Jimmy Kidd 5th. Car 35, Tom Idle is back out. I'm sorry, Dave Ritchie is back out of the pit area. Dave Ritchie Jr. quite a few laps down. Again, Jimmy Kidd now to the outside of Bob Justice. The battle for 4th spot is on the backstretch. White flag this time. Just a half a lap to go for Zero Hill. Your winner, Donnie Zero Hill. Mike Brown is 2nd, 3rd, Donnie Gregory, 4th, Bob Justice, and 5th, Jimmy Kidd. So Donnie Zero Hill, your winner. Should be the 4th feature win of 1994 for Hill. And it is his 4th feature win this season. He is trying desperately to track down point leader Jimmy Kidd, but he's got quite a deficit to try to make up. Wins tonight, Donnie Zero Hill, your winner. We'll go down trackside with Bob Neubauer for a report.
Well, I'll tell you what, victory number 4, and this one wasn't any easier than the rest of them, was it?
No, not at all. I'd like to thank Budweiser Tire America for putting on tonight. Thank my aunt and uncle for coming out and watching.
Well, I got a question. You were running so strong, all of a sudden lap number 12 comes along and you quit. What happened?
Well, we got a key there that turns off the power, so when the kids get in there and play, they can't turn the switches on. I hit it with my elbow and turned it off. Got a little testy for a little bit.
Obviously, we'll probably put a little safety on that switch from now on or something. But it's still some time left in the season. You still thinking about chasing points?
Yeah, I'm still chasing them, but I'm here to win every week and put on a show for all you people out here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about it? There he is, Don Zero Hill, and feature number 4 has been a strong year.
All right, so that from Bob Neubauer on the front stretch here with Zero Hill. We've got some car number 99, Jim Cruz. Cruz in 99. Outside of him in 77, Danny Brown. Alongside in 77 or 17, either way, that's Danny Brown. Danny Eves starts on the inside of row number 2 in car number 7. Beside him in 92, it'll be Donnie Renner. Then Scott Drake starts 5th in car 91. Outside of him in the 3rd row from Pickerington, Lonnie Rush. Then we've got car number 5, that's Mike Stacy, and 39, Randy Maynard Jr. Terry Humphrey starts in the 9th spot in car number 1, and outside in 10th position, the driver from Urbana, Ohio, Mike Ward. Starting in the next row, inside car 71, that is Gary St. Amant in car number 2. Beside him, that's Bobby Bocook. 94 is next, that's the Big Bird, Robbie Dean, and 86, Skip Thornton. Then comes John Hellman in 63, 41, John Sedlacek, 26 is Bill Cantley, 28 is Gary Brenner, and car number 10, George Fisher. The front row in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model feature. In the record books, and we got a spin already as Gary Brenner brings out the caution flag. Danny Eves on the move. He goes the outside of Danny Brown for the runner-up spot. And a caution flies. Contact off turn number 2. His own Cruz's 4th appearance of the season, so he's leading tonight early in the event. Quickly, Danny Eves to the outside of your leader. With the advantage over Jim Cruz, and he gets to the bottom first. Danny Eves, your new leader. Now it's Scott Drake. Drake trying to make his way around Cruz. Stacy got in there hot. He ran into the side of Lonnie Rush. He kept going. And Rush with a spin in turn number 2. Mike Stacy, a car to watch. He has moved up quite a few spots from 8th starting spot.
work on Cruz for third spot. Mike Ward moves around Donnie Renner. Now Mike Ward is fifth in car 61. Stacy trying to move around Jim Cruz. And now Stacy is third. Drake will put some pressure on the outside of Danny Eves in turn 4. Drake and Eves. The battle is in turn 4. Mike Stacy runs third. Continue to go at it. Door handle to door handle. Danny Eves and Scott Drake for the lead. And now Drake takes over. Scott Drake, your new leader. Mike Stacy moves around Eves as well. Stacy to the inside of Scott Drake. Stacy and Drake make contact in turn 4. Tough break for your leader, Scott Drake. Mike Stacy got into the inside of him in turn 4. Gary St. Amant, your front 5. Everybody tiptoeing off that fourth turn. Now Lonnie Rush stops in turn number 2. The Urbana, Ohio driver, Mike Ward, quickly to the outside of Danny Eves. Eves and Ward go door to door. Randy Maynard runs third. Now Eves with about a half car length advantage. I'm sorry, Ward with an advantage. And your leader is Mike Ward. We're halfway through this one. It's Mike Ward, Danny Eves, Randy Maynard Jr., Terry Humphrey, but here comes Gary St. Amant to challenge Humphrey. Ward now with a car length advantage through turns 3 and 4. Complete.
John Hellman out in that Ford-powered Thunderbird, car 63. Hellman is in the infield. To go this time. It's Ward, Eves, Maynard, Humphrey, St. Amant, and Dean. Remains in contention for the win. He looks to the inside of Mike Ward. You see that car 61 bobbing coming off the corner just a bit. Ward apparently with a big time push on that car. Five laps to go. Eves to the inside again. Content. Mike Ward content to hold that inside line. But now Eves again to the inside. Now it's Randy Maynard Jr. who's closed up on the back of the 2 leaders. White flag this time. Eves again to the inside of Mike Ward. Eves and Ward contact in turn 1. Can he hold on? Your winner, it'll be Mike Ward. Danny Eves is second. Third, Randy Maynard Jr. Fourth, Terry Humphrey. And fifth, Gary St. Amant. So Mike Ward makes it 2 in a row. He wins tonight. Ward's car sponsored by Fast Racing Engines, Sutphen Fire Engines, Buckles Motors. Looked like that car he was having trouble getting it to turn coming off the corners. You saw it. He was apparently using the brakes or just feathering the throttle. You could see it lurching just a little bit, getting off the corners, trying to get it to turn. So this evening, you heard Bob Neubauer talk to him at the break about the car. We'll go down trackside to see if things got any better for Mike.
Well, Mike, you said the car wasn't quite the way you wanted, but did it come around any, or you just drove it hard?
No, I was driving it hard. It really was pushing bad. I was lucky to win that. I knew I could hear him behind me. I didn't know they was that close, but that's all right. That makes good racing. We'll take that. I'd like to thank all the people for coming out tonight and every other night, and I hope we give you all a good show.
Gotta ask you, hindsight's always easy, but a few positions further back, this would have been worth another $3,200.
Yeah, I know. We should have probably took it. Like I said earlier when I talked to you, the car wasn't really good. And I feel, we won tonight, but it still wasn't. I don't think it was the race car to come up through that far.
Well, you got one thing to do. You can think about it for another week. Next week is $3,400. How about a hand once again, Mike Ward, your feature winner?
Okay, so Ward continues. Rick Rodewald on the front row. Then comes Rick Lawwell and Gary Lamer in 34. Then we've got Chris Dodds, Randy Tharp, Tom Bond, and Jamie Hunt, Kevin Lococo, and Don Parsons. Bruce Holmes and Sean Gray. Then comes Scott Stevens and Norm Ackerman, Tom Idle and Dave Dysinger. Next up we've got, let's see, that's Bo Davis, Jimmy Romans, Mike Schweier, Heavy Hill, Steve Tuttle, Donald Parsons, Don Holland, and Bobby Stacy. Ches Round Oldsmobile pace car is off the track. We're ready to go at it. 25 laps for the street stock feature event. By just a nose is Rick Rodewald. Jim New runs second. Chris Dodds, Gary Lamer, third, fourth. Three laps down this time. Third now is Rick Lawwell. Fourth, Kevin Lococo. And we see Sean Gray spinning in the fourth turn, and heavy damage. Red flag, we see unfortunate accident. Steve Tuttle, one of the cars down there, as is Tom Idle. Here we go. 7 laps are down. Rick Rodewald, Chris Dodds, Rick Lawwell, Norm Ackerman, your front four. Dave Dysinger is up to 5th position. Dysinger closing on that front pack. Rick Lawwell up there to challenge as well. Still Rodewald the leader. Now Dave Dysinger threads the needle. Dysinger to the outside of Rodewald on the backstretch. And your new leader is Dave Dysinger. Rick Lawwell trying to get underneath Rodewald, but he can't make the pass. Dysinger starting to check out. And red flag. This time it looks like Tom Bond, I believe, in turn number 2. Dysinger the leader. Second is Rick Rodewald. Rick Lawwell third, but now Norm Ackerman trying to squirt around the outside of Lawwell for the 3rd position. A battle for second heats up. Rodewald trying to fend off Norm Ackerman. And Ackerman now is second. Mike Schweier third, but Schweier will take it to Ackerman on the backstretch. Heavy Hill is up to 4th spot. Down this time. Dysinger started back in 18th spot. He got to the lead quick and he's checking out. Now Mike Schweier is up to 2nd position. 5 laps remain. It's Dave Dysinger, Mike Schweier, Heavy Hill, Norm Ackerman, Bo Davis, Bubba Parsons. Heavy traffic ahead for Dysinger. Through the pack of cars. Heavy Hill will run second. Schweier is third. Donald Parsons up to 4th in car 22.
flag, this time for Dave Dysinger. See the battle going on for third spot. Heavy Hill runs second. Good battle for third between Mike Schweier and Donald Parsons. But your winner will be Dave Dysinger. Second is Heavy Hill. Third, Mike Schweier. Fourth, Donald Parsons. Fifth, Norm Ackerman. Sixth, Bo Davis. Seventh, Jamie Hunt. And eighth, Kevin Lococo. Those are unofficial, of course. I'll have to get the top 10, the official top 10 finishing order here in a couple of minutes. No doubt about it, though. Dave Dysinger walks away with his second feature win of 1994. So we want to thank all you folks for coming out. Again, recapping your feature winners in the sprint car division, Troy Vaccaro. And the limited sportsman feature event, it was Zero Hill. Mike Ward went away with the win, the $1,000 win. Based on your great turnout tonight, Mike Ward won the $1,000 in the late model feature event. And in the street stock feature, Dave Dysinger, the winner.
Well, as the crew gives a congratulations, Dave, it's been a little while here since we talked to you down here, but this one's just as good, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all as good as the next. There isn't any one that's any better than any other. I got to tell Danny Friend from Upper K, I really appreciate his help. He needed this bad, and I did too. Got to thank my boss, John, from John's Auto Service. I don't know if he's here tonight or not. He said he might stop by. Columbus Press Repair and Silver Rule Masonry. Of course, All City Auto Wrecking helps just about everybody, and I'm no exception. And also Tilton's Devonshire Sunoco for helping me foot a little bit of the bills and keep this thing going. So.
Well, he's got the sponsor stuff down, Pat. Congratulations once again. They'll take some pictures. And Jeff, we'll take it back up to you and let you wrap it up.
All right, we'd like to congratulate all the winners here at Columbus Motor Speedway and take this opportunity to remind you that Penn-Stroke Productions not only videotapes here at Columbus Motor Speedway each and every week, but at Killcare Speedway and Killcare Dragway for Midwest's finest video racing series, Penn-Stroke Productions. I'm Nate Pennington. For everybody from Penn-Stroke Productions, we'd like to thank you once again.
Seventh place car was Jamie Hunt. 8th